whatever else, but you clearly have put a lot of thought into these lyrics. So I guess as an example for Blood Drinker, is there kind of like an influence behind that, or like a concept you could talk about a bit with those? Because your lyrics are very well articulated, I think, compared to a lot of other bands in Prague, where sometimes it might just be, you know, about a story or a video game or something, you know, you just never know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so my wife is a YouTuber and she does true crime content in Finnish. She's now starting to do it in English as well. But, you know, we speak a lot when we're not working about the cases she's researching and talking about. And she's fascinated by the ethics of true crime because it's quite a new phenomenon, really, that it's got this huge amount of attention in real time. Like it's come kind of quite a long way after kind of this social media renaissance of communication. And to use a really current example, it's I hope I'm not going to butcher the facts here. It was Idaho, wasn't it, where these 4 young people were murdered at this university. Mm-hmm. So one of the cases, there was a psychic. By the way, psychics, they're lying. It's not real. But
right.
A psychic on TikTok, you know, claiming that one of the professors at the university had had a sexual relationship with one of the students and was somehow involved in the murder. And this is all complete bullshit. There's no evidence for it anywhere. So apparently you can throw out these crazy blazing claims, and that there's no kind of reprisal or accountability for this stuff. And I think it's really easy to cast shade and just say, okay, she's the problem, that's what's wrong with this. But actually, we are the problem. Great example would be Jeffrey Dahmer. Name me one of his victims.
Right.
I can't name one either. I've done this bit in interviews 3 or 4 times. I still haven't remembered it long enough to check on the way home or something. And again, it's not really about picking this singular event. It's more just we have this culture where if you become notorious enough, if you're charismatic enough, because it's not real charisma, it's superficial, but whatever, then you become deified. You are godlike. You become immortalized. Even after your death, you will be romanticized in film and fiction and referenced in popular culture. Whereas if you're a victim, you're a footnote in the story and you just disappear.
Yeah.
And rather than trying to name and shame with this, it's not really about that. It's just the fact we are all complicit in this behaviour. And this is something that collectively we've kind of accepted as normal. And no one's fully accountable, so no one's accountable at all. You know, just recently, some American network did a thing with Casey Anthony, this woman whose child had, disappeared years ago, and then somehow managed not to report her 3-year-old daughter missing to the cops for a month, and got away with it because she had a great lawyer, and again was just bullshitted away through it, and there's no doubt in my mind that she was involved in what happens. Either it was neglect or it was willful, but she was involved in what happens. Again, that's an opinion. I'm just doing the thing I said I shouldn't do. But at least I've had the patience to wait until the verdict from the courts happens, and years of evidence have come out afterwards. But basically, we are watching all this stuff happen in real time in front of us, and there's not a lot we can do directly to change it. But I think indirectly we can. We can choose, for example, not to watch documentaries, literally glorifying, revering, and pulling apart the early life like a biopic about a serial killer. Because, to be honest, they are not interesting. They're branded as being interesting, but it's kind of ironic. They're all exactly the same. That they are highly entitled, narcissistic people with superficial charm who think that their pain or their desire is more important than somebody else's right to be alive.